ಕಳಿಸಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಗುಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ನೂನ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸೆಷನ್ ಮುಗಿದಿದೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ HP ಮತ್ತು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸೈನ್ಸು. ಇದು ಎರಡನೇ ಸೆಷನ್, ಒಂದು ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ನಾವು ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನವೆಂಬರ್ ಮುಗೀತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನವೆಂಬರ್ ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳಾಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್, ಜನವರಿ, ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿ ಬರೇ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗಳ ಹಬ್ಬ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಈ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹೇಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಓದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗೆ ಬಂದ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಪತ್ರಿಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಷಣ ತಲೆ ತಿರುಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಏನೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಮರ್ತೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಓದಿದ್ದೆ ಬಟ್ ಮರ್ತೋಗಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಒತ್ತಡ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸಮಯದ ಅಭಾವ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಔಟ್ ಟು ಫೇಸ್ ಆನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆನ ಎದುರಿಸೋ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಷಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಡೆಕರೆಂಟ್ ಹೆರಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪತ್ರಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ ಸರ್ ಬಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹೃದಯಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಕಾಲಾವಕಾಶ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ. ಒಂದೇ ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇವರು ಸುಮಾರು ಶಾಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಂತ ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೂಡ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕೇವಲ ಶಾಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಆಫೀಸ್ 7 ಗಂಟೆ 7:15 ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲವರೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ IT-BT ಕಂಪನಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಬಂದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಒತ್ತಡ, ಸಮಯ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಿಭಾಯಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಘಟನೆಯನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಮಗದೊಮ್ಮೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ ಮುಂದುವರಿಸಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಮಾತು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಫೋಟೋ ಹೊಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಕಳಿಸಿ ಸರ್.
ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ನೂನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ 3 ವಿಚಾರದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಒಂದು, ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 3-4 ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ದ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ +1, +2, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಷನ್, ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಓದ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಒಂದೇ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ತರ ನಾವು ಓವರ್ಕಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ ಟೈಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆನ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಲಕ್ಷಾಂತರ ಜನ ಇದೇ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆನ ಬರೀತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ 100%, ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 100% ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್, ಅವರು ಟೈಮ್ ನ ಯಾವ ತರ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವರು 100% ತಗೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಒಂದು ಜಾಣ್ತನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ಕರಿತೀವೋ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದು ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ 24 hours ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಇರೋದೇ 24 ಗಂಟೆ. ಈ 24 ಗಂಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ 24 ಗಂಟೆನ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮೈಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರೋ ತರ ಒಂದು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯಾವ ತರ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಟೈಮ್ ನ ಯಾವ ತರ ನಾವು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ತಿಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಈಗ ಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ಸರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮ್ಗಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಹಾಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವೊಂದು ಪದ ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಯರ್ ಸಹ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಆ ಭಯನೇ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್. ಆ ಭಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಾಗ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಹಾಲ್ಗೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಮೊದಲನೇ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PUC ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್, ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಹಾಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಆಸ್ ಸೂನ್ ಎಸ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಹಾಲ್, ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ದ ಇನ್ವಿಜಿಲೇಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಓಡ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯನ್ನು ತುಂಬಾ ಸುಲಭವಾದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಓದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇದು ಮೊದಲನೇ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್, ಇದು ಎರಡನೇ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್, ಇದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್, ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಓಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬೆಲ್ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಬರೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ನೀವು ಪೆನ್ ಹಿಡಿದು ಆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಕೈಲಿ ಹಿಡಿದು ಬರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೋದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೆನಪು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ನೆನಪು ಬರ್ದಲೇ ಇರೋದೇ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈಗಲೂ ಭಯ ಇರೋದೇನು, ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಂತೂ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಅವ್ರ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಪತ್ರಿಕೆಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದಕ್ಕೂ ನಾನು ಉತ್ತರನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು, ಆ ಉತ್ತರನ ನಾನು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಬರೀಲೂಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಾಣತನದಿಂದ ಬರೀತೀನೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ನನಗೆ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಹಾಲ್ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತೀರ. ಈ ಯಾವುದೇ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಫೇಲ್ ಆದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಫಿಯರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಬರೀತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ, ನೀವು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಸಡನ್ ಇನ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಅನ್ ಅವರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ಬರೀ 1/3 ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ನ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇನ್ನು ಇದೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಂದಾಗ, ಇನ್ನು 2/3 ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಭಯ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಸಿ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಹಾಲ್, ವಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಇಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್? ಸಿ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ನಾವು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಓದಿರ್ಬೋದು, MTech ಓದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದರಲ್ಲೂ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹೌ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಮೆಮರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಪುಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದ ಪೇಪರ್. ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ನೀವು 95% ಇಲ್ಲ 100% ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾನು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಬೆಳಗಿನ ಸಂಜೆವರೆಗೂ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವಾಗ ನಾನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು, ನಿಮ್ ಮಗ ಬೆಳಗಿಂದ ಸಂಜೆವರೆಗೂ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಯಾಕೆ? ಬರೀ ಓದೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರೆದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಹಾಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಓದೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಹಾಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೇನ್ ಓದಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮೆಮೊರಿಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀರೋ ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ದೆನ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಎ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಗೆ? ನೀವು ಇವತ್ತು ಓದ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 2 hours ಓದ್ತೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲ 1 hour ಓದ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಯು ಓಪನ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್, ಬುಕ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ನ ಓದ್ತಾ ಯು ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಪುಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 10 minutes ಆಯ್ತು, 20 minutes ಆಯ್ತು, 30 minutes ಆಯ್ತು, half an hour ಆಯ್ತು, 1 hour ಆಯ್ತು, ಯು ಆರ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ ಪುಟಿಂಗ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅ ರೈಟ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ? ನೋ. ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರೀದ್ದು ಆ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಗೋದು. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್. ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್, ಪುಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್, ಪುಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಡಂಪ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್? ನೀವೊಂದು 1 hour ನ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಂಟು 3 parts. We will call it as first 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರೂ 1 hour ಓದ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್, ನಾನು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು 2 hours ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸರಿ, ನೀನು 2 hours ಇಟ್ಕೋ. 2 hours ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 20 minutes ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 40 minutes, ಫಸ್ಟ್ 40 minutes, ಫಸ್ಟ್ 40 minutes ಈ ತರ ನಾವು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡೋ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅವರ್ ನ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ 20 minutes, ಮಿಡಲ್ 20 minutes, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 20 minutes. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅವರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 20 minutes, ಮಿಡಲ್ 20 minutes, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 20 minutes. Can all of you repeat? First 20 minutes, second 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes, last 20 minutes. ಫಸ್ಟ್ 20 minutes ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಕನ್ನಡ, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್, ಯಾವುದೇ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಯು ಪಿಕ್ ಅಪ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಓಪನ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್. I am going to read the first chapter, understand it, I am going to put it into the memory. ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ 20 minutes. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 20 minutes ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ನ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು I will sit, I will start recollecting whatever ನಾನು ಓದಿರೋದು. ಬಟ್ ರೀಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೆ ನನ್ಗೊಂದು ಟ್ರಿಗರಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನೀವು ಓದೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಈವನ್ ಯು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಯಿಂಗ್, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಎ ಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಓದಿದಾಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡು. ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗೆ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಟ್ರಿಗರ್. ಹಂಗೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ 2 ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ, ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಪೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ, ಮುಗೀತು. ಒಂದು 6 ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ನೀವು 20 ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ತಾ 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 ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಡನ್. ನಾವು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ 20 ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಬರ್ದಿರೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನ ಓದಿ ನೀವ್ ಏನ್ ಓದಿದ್ರಿ ಅದನ್ನ ರೀಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ಆಡಿಯೋ ರೀಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆಡಿಟ್ರಿ ಓದಿರೋದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಬಾಯಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಇಫ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್, ಗಿವ್ ಎ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ರೀಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಬರಲಿಲ್ವಾ, ಯು ಓಪನ್ ದ ಪೇಜ್, ಅಗೇನ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ರೀಡ್, ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ದ ಪೇಜ್, ಅಗೇನ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್. So what is happening? You are checking whatever you have studied is available in the memory. It is like recalling and you are trying to do the revision. ಇದು next 20 minutes ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ ಅದೇ ಪುಸ್ತಕನ ತಗೊಂಡು you will have to keep it into the shelf where you will not use it. ಅದು it is permanently kept. Right now sit like you are sitting in an examination hall. You take a paper, you take a pen, the same questions you try to answer. You are not going to look in the book for whatever reason. ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಬರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಬರ್ದು ಬಿಡಿ. ಬರ್ದಾದ ನಂತರ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಇದನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಓನ್ಲಿ ಅಟೈರ್ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ತರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್, you read, you put it into the memory, and again go to the next chapter, put it into the memory, go to the next chapter, put it into the memory. Exam ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, you will be taking information from the memory and putting it across, not orally, by writing. So writing has to be practiced more. Even 20 minutes ಬದಲಾಗಿ 25 minutes, 30 minutes ನೀವು writing practice ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, there is no harm, it has to be practiced. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 20 ಫಾಲೋ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ನೀವು ರಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಗೆ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೋದಾಗ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ 3 hours ನೀವು ನಾನ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಬರೆಯೋ ತರನೇ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಫಿಯರ್ ನ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇವನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಅನ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಟರೀಸ್. ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಟರಿ ಅನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಇಟ್ಟಿರೋದೇನೆ ಸೋ ದಟ್ ನೀವು ಆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ನ ಆನ್ಯುವಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ತರನೇ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಟರಿಲೇ ಇಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ತೆಗೆದಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಫೈನಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ನ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಟರಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಇಂದ ಬರೀ 1 ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಟರಿ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಇಂದ 1 ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಟರಿ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಟರಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಒಂದಿನ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ದಿನ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆ ತರ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದಾಗ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸತಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು ನಿಮಗೇನೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ತಪ್ಪಿದೆ ಅಂತ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅನಲೈಸಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. So the only way I can beat my exam stress is I'll have to prepare well and I'll have to prepare in the right manner. So ನೀವು ಏಕದಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಹಾಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ನ ಓದಿ ನೀವು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ನ ರೀಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಅಂದೇ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಆನ್ ಎ ಡೈಲಿ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸತಿನೂ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ನ ಬರೀತಾ, ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ನ ಬರೀತಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮ್ ರೀಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್. ಈಗ 3 months 4 months ಡೌನ್ ದ ಲೈನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇದೆ. So your objective has to be how to handle individual chapter question and answers also, how to handle all the subject put together question and answers also. Because final exam ಅಲ್ಲಿ all the chapters put together they are going to ask. So ನೀವು ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಸಹ ಬರಿತಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ ನಾವು ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಏನಿಗೆ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಟೈಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್. ನಿಮ್ಗೂ 4 months, ನಿಮ್ಗೂ 4 months, ಇಲ್ಲ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ 5 months ಇದೆ, ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ 4 months ಇದೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಇನ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ. Within that time, how are you going to progress? What kind of learning methodology you will follow? ಅದು ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿರೋದು, ನೀವೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್? ನಾನು ಯಾವ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜಿ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು? ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ನೀವು ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಇದ್ದು ನೀವು ಆಡಿಟರಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್. ನೀವು ಆಡಿಟರಿ ಇದ್ದು ವಿಷುವಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್. So what you will have to do, you should exactly practice what is required and what you are capable of. So now learning methodology ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ there are three kinds. ಮೊದಲನೇದು we call it as visual, ಎರಡನೇದು we call it as auditory, and ಮೂರನೇದು we call it as kinesthetic ಅಂತ. ಇದನ್ನ ನಮ್ದು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ ಆರ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋರು ಕೆಲವರು ಆಡಿಟರಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ಕೆನೆಸ್ಥೆಟಿಕ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಎರಡು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ಮೂರನ್ನು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೂರನ್ನು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಎ ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಒನ್ ಹೂ ಸೀಸ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ, ಹೂ ಸೀಸ್ ದ ಟೀಚರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನಿಂಗ್, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸಾಕು, ಅವ್ನು ಫುಲ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವ್ನ್ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವನೇನ್ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಓದ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ನು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಈ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಜುವಲಿ gets everything observed and he can recollect and write it very beautifully. But just to ಓದ್ತಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ he has to write ಆಲ್ ದ ಇಯರ್. ಅವ್ನು ಬರೀದೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ 3 hours ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ದು, ಅದು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ದು, ಅದು ನೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ದು, ಅದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ದು ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್. ವಿತೌಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ವುಮೆನ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಟೀಮ್ wouldn't have won the match. So what the selection committee decided for the Women World Cup to become the best for Indians, they introduced lot of practice matches. IPL no ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ IPL ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, so that they get very good practice. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಒನ್ ಡೇ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಟೂರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಆಫ್ರಿಕಾ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ, ಆಸ್ಟ್ರೇಲಿಯಾ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೋಸ್ ವೈ ದ ಟೀಮ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಅವಾಗ ಡಿಫೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋರು. ಅವ್ರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಟೂರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಟೂರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ರಿಯಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಡಿಸಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಫೈನಲಿ ವೆನ್ ದೇ ಕೇಮ್ ಟು ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಕಪ್ ವಿ ಕುಡ್ ವಿನ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಕಪ್. ಸೊ ಇದೇ ತರ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಮೂವ್. ಆ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಮೂವ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆ ಒಂದು ಪೀಕ್ ನ ಪಿನಾಕಲ್ ನ ರೀಚ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡನ್. ಹಂಗ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ. ನಾನು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಬ್ರೋಷರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ದು +1 +2 ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಸ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ನನಗಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡಿದ್ದು ಇನ್ ದ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾನ ಒಬ್ರು ಇಬ್ರು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು 100 out of 100 ತೆಗ್ದಿರೋ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದಿದೆ. The same college, I'm not talking about a different college. ಇದೇ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ % ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೆಗ್ದಿರೋರು, ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೆಗ್ದಿರೋರು, ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೆಗ್ದಿರೋ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಇದೆ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಎ ವೇ. ಡು ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ವಿಲ್? ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾನು ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಛಲ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ದ ವೇ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ಡ್ 10%. Now you should make this choice whether I want to score that 10%. If I need to score that 10%, what kind of learning methodology I should follow? ನಾನು ಯಾವ ಟೈಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದೋ ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜಿ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು so that I get maximum marks, I get 10% marks. That is the whole idea. So visual ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನೋಡಿ ಕಲಿಯೋ ಅಂತದ್ದು, these are called as visual people. ಆಡಿಟರಿ ಅಂದಾಗ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಓದ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಓದೋದನ್ನ ಅವರೇ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವರು ಲೌಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಓದ್ತಾರೆ. ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಅವರು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಅಟರ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ದೇ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿ, ದೇ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಆಡಿಟರಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಲೌಡ್. ದ ಮೋರ್ ಲೌಡರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲೌಡರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲೌಡರ್ ಯು ರೀಡ್, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಬೆಟರ್. ಸೊ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಬ್ರಿಗೊಬ್ರು ಓದೋದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಟೀಚರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇವ್ರನ್ನ ಆಡಿಟರಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. In the next level ಬಂದು kinesthetic. Kinesthetic are those people, they will understand visually but complete ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಓದೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಬಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಪೆನ್ ಹಿಡಿದು ಬರ್ದು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ they always learn. So auditory people either they do experiments and they learn, they feel, they write and they learn. ನೀವು ಇದೇ ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜಿ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕೆಲವರು ಯಾವ್ದಾರ 2 ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ಆಲ್ 3 ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. So, if I am taking it as an example, what will be the learning methodology? Ega, visual people, they see your books, look into the notes, watch the books, study silently, and definitely avoid group studies. Okay, group studies are the confusion agata. They should be silent, they should be learning on their own, there should not be any disturbance, pin drop silence everywhere. ಅಂತವ್ರು ಪಕ್ಕ ಹೋಗಿ ನೀವು ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಓದಿದ್ರು ದೇ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಯು ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಮ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಗೈ. ಆಡಿಟರಿ ಅವರು ಯಾರು, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ಲೌಡರ್. ಅವ್ರು ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋದು. ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಲಿಸನ್ ಟು ದೇರ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್, ಟೇಕ್ ಅಪ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್, ದೇ ಟೇಕ್ ಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್. ನೀನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಓದು, ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ, ನಾನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಓದ್ತೀನಿ, ನೀನ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಹಾಡು ಒಂದು 50 ಬಾರಿ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆ ಹಾಡು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. Same thing will work here also. The more you read to yourself, the more you read to yourself, it gets by hearted. Ekandre just reading and understanding or writing and understanding or speaking and understanding, ivella it is a possibility. But alli nimge multiple revision classes ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ because you forget. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ we will see next. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ದೇ ಆರ್ ದೋಸ್ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೋ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದು. ನನಗೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ನಾನು ಬರೆಯೋವರೆಗೂ ನನ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್, ಓನ್ಲಿ ದೆನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಇನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್, ದೋ ಲೆಬೋರಿಯಸ್ ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಇಟ್. ನೀವು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ರು ಬರ್ದು ಯು ರೈಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಸ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ನೀವು ಬರ್ದು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವ್ಯೂ ನಮ್ದು ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್. ಟೀಚರ್ ಒಂದು ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 2 ಸತಿ ಬರೀರಿ ಅನ್ಬೋದು. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಶಿ ಫೀಲ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. But what will you do? You should write 4 times. Why? So that you can understand it still more better. ಕೆಲವರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, your focus is not at all writing the assignment. ಇವತ್ತು ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನಾಳೆ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಪೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಾಡದ್ದು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಪೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಫೈನಲಿ ಆನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟರ್ಡೇ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ. ಬಟ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಬರ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಯು ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್, ಫೋಕಸ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಯು ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್. ನಾಳೆ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್, ಫೋಕಸ್, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಬರೀತಿದ್ರಿ. ಬಟ್ ಫ್ರೈಡೇ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟರ್ಡೇ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸಬ್ಮಿಷನ್, ನೀವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೀತಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾಳೆ ಟೀಚರ್ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಮೈ ಟೀಚರ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಪ್ಯಾರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯೋರ್ vision was to do better in the exam. That vision will be spoiled. You are only completing that because you don't want scolding from your teacher. This will not work. A chai wala will not become a prime minister if he starts thinking that everything what I do, I need somebody to monitor me. Then it does not work. He has to do on his own strength. A tribal woman becomes the greatest president because she takes up action to do everything on her own. Our own sisters are still living in the forest doing nothing. Our own brothers are still living in the forest doing nothing. But this lady came out because she wanted to utilize the same 24 hours, the same 1 year, the same 12 months into a more productive, and today she is the president, the first citizen of India. How did this happen? Because she took the right choices. Again I am telling you, your designation will not depend on you, it depends on the choices what you make right now. If you make the right kind of choices, it will take you to the destination what you want. I want to see myself top in the exam. Then make the right choice of utilizing every minute, every second of your life towards studies. Then slowly you will start seeing that your marks in the final exam can definitely go high. But if your choice is that and every time you have an option of studying or not studying, you take up an option of not studying, then your destination will not work. Why? Because the choices were wrong. For a chaiwala to become a prime minister, for a what you call a tribal woman to become a president, for a fisherman's son to become a greatest missile man of India, the Abdul Kalam, it was not because of what they wanted to, it is only because of what choice they made. They came to a place where they are. Right now, in 3 months, what choices you are going to make will decide what kind of score you are going to have. Now, why do we forget? Usually now maritivi. Adakkinta first, if you are asking me this question, sir, what methodology should I follow? I don't want to confuse you because it is last 3 or 4 months of your exam. I would request you to follow all 3 methodologies because as it says, of course you should know that those who make it to the top bracket of academics, andre yarige 100%, 100 out of 100 sigutto, they actually practice all 3 learning methodologies. They read, they say, and they also write and practice. That's why it makes so much of difference to them. They don't leave any learning methodology for a chance. So what you should do, I will read, I will write, I will listen, sorry, I will read, I will say, I will write. All of you say, I will read, I will say, I will write, and practice. Again, I will read, I will say, I will write, and practice. Because you want the highest marks. Now, ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಹಾಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಭಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಭಯ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದಾಗ ಪ್ರತಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನೂ ಟೀಚರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಬಂದೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇಂದ ಆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. You are reading the first question, this is from the second chapter. You read the second, this is from the last chapter. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು information is running in your mind. But ಅಲ್ಲೂ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗೋಲ್ಲ. The moment you pick up a pen and when you start writing, you are not able to collect complete information of an answer for a particular question from your memory and put it onto the paper. That is where you lose marks. Sometimes question ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಯಾವ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೋದಾಗ you are not able to recollect. Those who recollect 50% will score 50%. Those who are able to recollect 100% will score 100%. Those who are able to recollect less than 30% will fail. Why? Why? Problem is not your studies. Problem is you are not studying in a right way so that you can recollect. So for you to do that recollection, how many such revision of recollection you have done? That is what we say revision. Revision is not again studying. Revision is whatever you have studied, glance it through once and see how much you can reproduce. That means how much of it you can remember and say, how much of it you can remember and write. So for this, Ebbing is a very good scientist. He gives you a beautiful graph, a theorem, a theory called as Ebbinghaus forgetting curve. What does this Ebbinghaus forgetting curve say? See, these are number of days. I am just 10, 20 days, 30 days, 40 days, 50 days, 60 days. And we will consider it as 2 months. When I take an example, today one chapter was done by your teacher. You go and you read this chapter today. After you have read this chapter, you forget about this chapter because there are more chapters, more subjects to study. For the next 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, 40 days, 50 days, 60 days, you have never revised at home. Finally, when you come on the 60th day, the teacher is going to give you a test. What will happen? You will definitely not score anything. Why? Because you would have forgotten everything. But ಕೆಲವರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, you would have done one revision. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋರು at least 50% they will be able to recollect. But there are few of you would have done the third and the fourth revision on the day of the exam, on the day of the test also, or on the day you did not expect but a surprise test came. But ಆ ದಿನಾನು ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಓದಿ ರಿವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ದಿನ ಆ particular lesson if they are going to give you a test, you will easily score 80 or 90 or even 100%. Why? Because forgetting is happening as you are not revising. So if I don't want to forget, I should revise. There is no shortcut. If I don't want to forget, I should revise. I should revise multiple times until I am capable of recollecting it with ease. ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಾನು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು, I will have to learn till the point I am not going to be completely clear about whatever I am doing. The moment I know I have clarity that now I can remember every point of it and I can put it onto the paper very fast, very neat, then I can assume I have a mastery on that lesson. Till then, you have not got that mastery. So please, without wasting any of the time, please keep doing this multiple revisions. Very, very important. Now we have spoken about study skills, what is smart study. Now we have also spoken about why is there an examination fear, how do I overcome that examination fear. The only way I can overcome that examination fear, prepare well for the exam, exactly preparing how exactly it is required in an examination law. Now we have the next 3 months. In next to 3 months only, how am I going to use my time? I need to use my time effectively because I need to score the best. If I want to use my time effectively, how do I actually use my time? Before I could start this, let me take up one video, what is the value of time? So first let us understand I am time.
Hello, I am time. I am precious. I am priceless, but I am free. I know no partiality. I am the same to the poor and the rich. I am the same to the young and the old. Some spend me, some use me. Use me and see.
See, a very beautiful slide for you to understand. Whether it is Bill Gates, whether it is Narendra Modi, whether it is Trump, or whether it is you or me, one day we only have 24 hours. This is also fixed. And there is only 60 minutes in each hour. You can't say you have 1 hour, 80 minutes, 90 minutes, ma'am, adike avaru baribodu, namgadre 60 minutes ಇದೆ. No, all of us know that time is given to us in equal quantity. So in a year, everybody is given the same 8,760 hours in a year, and use your time wisely. That is where your leadership skills lies. Today, the entire world utters the name of Narendra Modi. I have seen some of the seminars, videos in YouTube also. Many foreigners who are trainers, when they are talking about time management and time utilization, they talk about non-time wasters. One of the best examples they give is Narendra Modi. From the time he was a chief minister of Gujarat for 3 terms, never he took an off even on a Sunday. Never he took an off for any kind of a festival. Never he took an off even for any kind of a disaster. He was the one who was always thinking time is so valuable. Every minute of mine should be given to the nation. And even when he becomes the first term prime minister, there is a record that he did not take even a day's leave. And even in the second term, after passing 2 years, he has still not taken a day's leave. Yes, he had faced one of that baddest day of his movement, unforgettable, when his mother passed away. After completing the rituals, as he was coming, his immediate secretary wanted to ask him whether he has to cancel all the appointments. He reads the body language so beautifully. Narendra Modi goes up to him, I know I am also disturbed, you are also disturbed, but do not cancel any of my appointments. Whatever the cancelled appointments, reschedule it. I want to attend to everything. That is the kind of a time management you need. Between you and the exam, nothing should come. Between you and the exam, nobody should get involved. Your Deepavali should not come inside, your uncle's marriage should not come inside, your free time even at home should not distract you. Other than studies, nothing else you should do. Again, I am telling you, today Abdul Kalam's cousins, when we read his autobiography, none of cousins could even become a simple, you can call him as a class 1 officers also. Why? They did not study, they did not take studies seriously at all. They still live as a fisherman and they have died as a fisherman. Draupadi Murmu's own cousins and far away and close cousins and our own brothers and sisters, none of them made at par with comparable to Draupadi Murmu at all. Because they knew that they would not do it like that. Even at the childhood of the age of what you and me are passing through, they took life very, very seriously. Again, I am telling you, for the success of Narendra Modi, nobody else was responsible. It was Narendra Modi himself. For the success of Draupadi Murmu, there was nobody else responsible. It was Draupadi Murmu herself. And for the success of so-called fisherman's son, Abdul Kalam, nobody else was responsible. It was he himself. And for this World Cup team to win this World Cup, nobody else was responsible. It was they themselves. Again, I am telling you, if you are not going to be successful, nobody else is responsible. You alone will be responsible. Your responsibility is not when somebody is watching you. When somebody is watching you, what you do is an active personality. When your mother is there, you study. When your teacher is there, you are alert. When your teacher says and when she is watching you, you write. This is an active personality. This is laborer's personality. What is a leadership personality? My teacher is not watching me at home. I am all alone. My mother is not there. My father is not there. If Abdul Kalam is given such a chance, what do you think he would have done? He would have still studied. If Draupadi Murmu would have given this chance, our mother is not there, father is not there, both of them have gone out to work. It is my study holidays, because after this you will get a long study leaves. What I am going to do when nobody is watching me, that is the real personality of yours. That is what can transform you from the chaiwala to a prime minister. No influencer can do it. No teacher can do it. No mother or father can do it. Again, I am telling you, if you are successful, it is only because of you. Again, 5 years, 10 years down the line, if you are a failure, nobody else is responsible. If you are a failure, you are responsible. When the alarm rings, you should have got up. When there was nobody at home, you should have opened the book. Though you know nobody is going to see if I am going to watch a TV. Nobody is going to see if I am going to go through the social media. Nobody is going to watch if I am going to watch Netflix. When you know all this, you knew I am going to watch myself. I don't want to be a failure. So I being success or failure, it is my choice. And the decision what I take will define this. Let me take a decision that will make me success. Your exam will not care how many movies you saw. Your exam only cares how many subjects you studied, how much you studied, how many revisions you did. That is going to be your marks. So I will do everything that can bring me high marks there, and I will not do anything that is not important, that is irrelevant. This turn, this strong belief, if you are not going to take, you cannot do that miracle. So let us value the time. Time is very important. How am I going to utilize this team when nobody is watching, when everybody is watching? I am the same personality. When nobody is watching, I am the same. When somebody is watching, I am still the same. That means you are a man of dignity. If you are not that, you are a man of color changer. You always behave improperly. So please make the small changes, understand the importance of time, and then
Some use me. Use me and see. I will help you reach your goals, dreams.
your goal is your examination.
Use me and see. I'll make you healthy and wealthy.
You want to be healthy and
I
wealthy,
can
use
make
your
you
time properly.
progress and prosper.
If you want to prosper, become that
You can use
15%,
me only once.
you need to actually
You can't
study.
recycle me.
Once time lost,
Never to return.
you will never get one more time.
Don't use me next to next. And
And
say next
procrastinating.
time.
Next time, tomorrow,
Because
day after
next time,
tomorrow. Please don't do that.
You may miss me and see my footprints called too late. Give me as a gift to someone. Because I can heal. I can encourage. I can inspire. I can bring joy and happiness. I teach you life lessons so that you may know what really matters. I am yours. It's your time. Don't waste me. Take good care of me today, and I will take good care of you tomorrow. Before I leave, I must say, I am given to you by God. Please give back some time to Him, to pray, to say thank you, and to ask Him to give you wisdom to use me properly. Hello, I am time. I am precious. I am priceless. But I am free.
Let us understand the value of time. See, most of the time you will not know the value of time until the time gets out of you. So we will start looking at it. What is the value of 1 year? What is the value of 1 month? What is the value of 1 day? What is the value of 1 hour? To realize the value of 1 year, ask an academic student who has failed in his exams. I don't directly say it is a failure in the exam. Even if you have not scored the right marks for you to go for higher studies, as the student who just failed their final exam or who just scored a little lesser marks, to realize the value of 1 month, ask a mother who has given birth to a premature baby. A baby should be born on the right month. When he or she is born a little early, it is premature. It can lead to any kind of a disaster. So ask the mother why we should value time, because time can reverse you in all these places. Ask the mother who just gave birth to a premature baby. It could be a father also. When he sees his wife giving birth to a premature baby, you can't take it. Somewhere you have disrespected time, so all this is happening to you. To realize the value of 1 week, ask a person who gets caught in a natural disaster, and 1 week he was in no man's place in between the rocks. Ask the person who was struggling, who survived a natural disaster under the rocks, in the ice pipe, in an accident, in a tunnel breakdown, anything like that. And after 1 week he is being lifted up. How do you think he would have spent every minute of his for 1 week to realize the value of 1 day? Ask a grandmother who is suffering with cancer, who doesn't know whether she may end up today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Ask the grandmother who is dying of cancer, not knowing when will be her last days. It can happen to you and me. If you don't value time, time is going to give you back. To realize the value of 1 hour, ask a person who is waiting for his loved one, who has got into some kind of an accident or a natural disaster, or an army man who has gone for a war and he has to come back. His phone call is not coming. That 1 hour is not going to be possible for you to handle. To realize the value of 1 minute, ask a person who has missed his bus. Ask a person who has missed his train. Because it's not going to come back. You will have to catch the next bus. Or if you are not missed, you will lose that travel. Ask the person who just missed their bus. To realize the value of 1 second, ask a man who has just come out of an accident. You were going, somebody pulls you back and a truck goes like this. Many a times in your life it would have happened. A truck is coming, you did not see, you were wearing your headphones and you just crossed, somebody will stop. Ask a person who just avoided an accident. To realize the value of 1 millisecond, ask an athlete who lost a gold to a silver, silver to a bronze, bronze to no medal at all. Because they don't miss in seconds, they miss in few microseconds. To realize the value of millisecond, please ask an athlete who has won silver instead of gold. So all these, the difference is going to be very minor. So what is the kind of value you are going to give to your time? Are you valuing your time? If you say somebody, I'm going to do this tomorrow, are you exactly doing that? If you are telling yourself, I'll study today's subject today only, are you strongly following it? All these are questions that you will have to answer. You are expecting to reach that dream. For the dream, you need to be valuing your time. So this is a very important. You might delay, but time won't. So we will have a recollect. I'll just ask you. See, some of the common problems right now also, because it is only studies, I will only talk about time with respect to studies. Exam is just 3 months down the line. I feel like I have not studied most of my portions. I feel I will not be able to cover so many portions in the rest of the days. Oh God, what to do? I have too many subjects to study, too many lessons to study, too many things to remember. And I'm finding it very, very difficult. Time is piling up, subjects are piling up. I feel I have little time and so many subjects to study. All this confusion, because I'm only looking from the examination perspective. So how will I overcome all that? So today we are going to help you to understand the importance of time and how to use time smartly. Because in the same group or in the same place, there is another college which is running. There are students who are also preparing for the same exam from all over Karnataka. The same exam will be attempted by so many students. There are few students who come out with bright colors with 100% marks, and there are few students who don't score 100% marks. The only difference is they are using their time smartly and others are not using their time smartly. Now you will have to do a small introspection. What is introspection? Trying to find out, have I actually used my time in the past perfectly? If I am not used, where should I make this change? So this introspection should happen from today, every day before going to bed. Before you could close the day and go to bed, sit in a comfortable position, close your eyes, and then recall from the time you woke up in the morning till evening. Ask yourself all the places where you have invested time towards exam. If you have invested, you take one slot at a time. I woke up at 4 o'clock, 4 to 5. I prepared maximum for studies, good. 5 to 6, good. 6 to 7, I wasted my time. One of my friend had come, I was gossiping, I was talking, I was just talking, all concepts, nonsense. It was nothing that is going to be examination perspective. Slap yourself because it was a wastage of time. Again, 9 to 10, I did not waste, I came to the college. But coming to college, I was at least knowing that it's a half an hour walk. What I could do, if I can read some of the lessons loudly and record it in a mobile, not using two headphones, with one single headphone, because when you wear two headphones, even a person on, you will not know. And you will have to answer that question. To realize the value of 1 second, today, I remember with both my headphones on, I was crossing the road, one person was about to knock me, and a policeman came and dragged me back, which should not happen. So keep one headphone open, one more you can wear, so that whatever is reading in the headphone, it should be lessons, not music. So when you are listening to a same lesson again and again, what you have read to yourself, if you have recorded, you can remember it. This helps you to memorize it beautifully. So I have used it beautifully, good. When I came to college, the first class was not there. What did you do? I was just talking to my friends. Bad, slap yourself. No, I did not speak to my friends. I went to the classroom and I started preparing notes. I utilized from the examination point of view. Like that, every time interval, if you can introspect and check whether I have used it for the right cause or a wrong cause, that is going to decide what this examination can be. Because at every moment you had a choice. When your teacher wasn't there, you had a choice either to study or either to waste your time. But you choose not to waste your time. Again in the afternoon, few of your friends would come, we will go for a movie. Kantara 1, good one, chapter 1. So all of you went. How many minutes did you waste? Okay, once in a month, one movie, fine. The rest of the time, if you are completely focusing on studies, that is fine. But that one movie will not stop with one movie. Again 2 days afterwards, one more movie. Again 2 days afterwards, one more movie. All these are going to be your time wasters. So we will try to understand those aspects also. We will try to recollect how do I improve my time management and attain effectiveness from examination point of view. Let us answer this. I'll ask you the question, you will have to read the answer. To realize the value of 1 year, all of you say, ask the students who just failed their final exam. I'll again ask, to realize the value of 1 year. Once again, to realize the value of 1 year. To realize the value of 1 month. To realize the value of 1 month. To realize the value of 1 month. To realize the value of 1 week. To realize the value of 1 day. Of cancer. To realize the value of 1 hour. Waiting for them. To realize the value of 1 minute. To realize the value value of 1 second to realize the value of 1 millisecond. So what is the value of your time? Now, this is one basic understanding. One more, what I wanted to say is, can we really manage time? See, when I say time management, the exact definition is the same. It's straightforwardly defined as management of time in order to make most of it. Do you think we can manage time? No. Why I say we cannot manage time? We cannot create time, we cannot destroy time, we cannot remove time, we cannot add time. When I cannot do any alteration of the time, how do I call it as a time management? Time management means I am managing this vehicle, means I will start whenever I want, I will stop whenever I want, I will move whenever I want, when I don't want, I don't use it. So I have all the actions I can do of that vehicle. Then I can say I am managing it. Can you do with time like that? No. Time is a constant, it will not change for anybody. So the entire definition is wrong. Let us rewrite this definition. I am not saying I can't manage time. It is just as it is. Okay, I can never create or destroy a time or alter the time. I have told you. So time management is a mislabeled problem. What you really manage is the kind of activities, the kriya, what you do, actions, what I do can be managed. Smart actions, smart choices, smart way of working if I follow, then automatically I can see result. What I can really manage is physical actions during that time. Now, after answering this question, let us go back to one very important thing. Where do you think we are losing our time? Where do you think we are losing our time? Everybody gets up, everybody sleeps, everybody is coming to college, everybody is writing notes, everybody is studying, everybody writes the exam, but everybody will not get the same marks, though everybody has equally invested the same kind of time in all the places. Why they don't get the same marks? Because everybody has invested different time in different things. Few things can be constant. Coming to college may be constant. In between the college, in between the classes, in between the lunch hours, studying everybody wouldn't have done. Few people would have done. Finishing the assignments on time, few people would have done. So most of the time what is happening, when a work is defined, all of us are going to do that work. Few of them are going to do it thinking I did not have time to do it and then I do. Few of them will do it thinking I have plenty of time to do and I do. The only difference between both of them is smart management and dumb management. So how do I manage time smartly? So let us understand that by where my maximum investment of time is going on. I am taking one simple example before I come to the story. See, as per this, all of you by default you would sleep at 10 and you would get up at 6. Do you know how many hours you are sleeping? And most of you sleep at 10 and you may get up at 7. That means 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9 hours you are sleeping. Some of you 10 hours you are sleeping. Ask yourself how much of your life you would have wasted if you are investing too much on sleeping. Sleeping is mandatory during the childhood. Sleeping is mandatory during the old age. But your age is not for sleeping. Your age is to utilize that time in some prospective work. So, if at all you sleep 12 hours a day, that means half of my life I have slept. If I am sleeping 8 hours, because most of you are sleeping around 10 hours. 10 hours means equally you are sleeping half of your life. How can you achieve what Draupadi Murmu achieved, what Narendra Modi achieved, what Abdul Kalam achieved, what Wipro Azim Premji have achieved? You cannot. Because why? Your utilization of your time is always sleeping. After that sleeping, have you used the rest of the work productively? No. The next 2-3 hours always on social media, always on digital platform. Then what is the time left of where you are using it prosperously? But all of you are doing one common work. All of you are studying in the same second PUC from Venkateshwara PU College. Just like there are 1 lakh or 1.5 lakh people who are studying commerce all across Karnataka. But few of them will score 10%, few of them will score 90, few of them will score 80 because how they manage their actions within that time period. That is what we are going to see. So ask yourself, let me not sleep for 6 hours also. All of you stretch your hands and count how many fingers you have. Stretch your hands. 5 hours is more than enough. Anything more than 5 hours is not advisable at all. If you are sleeping by 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 3 o'clock you should get up. Worst case, if you are giving 6 hours also, 4 o'clock you must get up. If that routine is followed, you can see wonders. So, where is our rest of the time going on? Where all I am investing the time? I want you to write down a chart after this class where you are going to define in a weekly basis how many hours you are using for all this. How many hours you are using for attending the college? How many hours for sleeping? How many hours for personal care, traveling, studying, cleaning? When you write all this, you will get approximate number of hours. Check this hours and check what all are important, what all are not so important from the examination point of view, because your goal is examination. So whatever is important, I will continue to do. Whatever is not important, I will stop doing. This action you should take. So let us see how do you work on that. For that, let us understand this story. The empty pickle jar story. A professor stood before his philosophy class holding a pickle jar. Pickle jar means it is a pickle, what we call it as a pinkai. That jar, it is a transparent jar. He was holding the jar and he asked, is the jar full? They told it is empty because nothing was there. Now right now is the jar empty? Yes, the jar is empty. When the jar is empty, he took up the balls and he put the top of it. Then he asked the same students if the jar was full. I am asking you, is the jar full? Yes, the jar is full. Can I add up one more golf ball? Definitely not. But what the professor did, he was having pebbles in his dryer. He just removed it. He removed the pebbles and he started pouring it between the golf ball and he started shaking it. So all the pebbles, around so much of pebbles got stuck inside. Now he asked the same student, is the jar full? Everybody told, yes sir, the jar is full. Then he removed a small packet of white sand. He poured everything and he started shaking. He could put a handful of 2-3 handful of sand, white sand, into the same place. Now again he is asking, is the jar full? In your life, when you are doing a particular work and somebody asks you, do you have an extra time? You say, no, full day I am occupied. But full day you are doing nothing, but still you feel like full day you are occupied because you put few balls and you scatter it and you say, whole day what work I did only 3 work. What? Went to college and came? Okay. Today, went to college and came. And whole day you were occupied. Yes. Before college, after college, what did you do? Between 2 golf balls, what did you do? In the lunch hour, what did you do? I think today 2 periods were on leave, na? So the teacher gave you free time. What did you do? No, I went to college, full day college. But college is there from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Na? In between the college, there are periods, golf balls. Between the periods, there are some empty time. That management of time is called a smart management. Right now, when the lecturer asked, is the jar full? Everybody agreed, yes, it is full. The lecturer picks up a chocolate shake and he shows it. the lecturer explains, the pickle jar is like your life. It is every day of your life, or it could be every week of your life. It could be every year of your life. In that, the most important is this golf balls. That means very important, urgent work should be your golf balls. Right now, your only golf ball is exam. So these becomes your golf balls of life. And the second one is important, but you need to do it. Those are your academics. Your golf balls are important, your family, your children, your health, and here your friends. But for you, your education, your education, your education. Maybe few skill sets like your communication skills, remembrance, being smart in accounts, being smart in computers, being smart in typing, being smart in public speaking skills, being smart in attitudinal skills, being smart in aptitude test, being smart in general knowledge. So all these are also relevant. These are golf balls of your life. What are something which are not important? Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, uncle's marriage, neighbor's marriage. Even Deepavali, you could have celebrated a better Deepavali next year. This Deepavali you should have told it is only studies. Ganesha Chaturthi, this Deepavali only studies. Tendulkar did not become a god of cricket. If you would have celebrated every festival and every Sunday, he became a god of batsman or a god of a cricket because he did not celebrate any of this, because his only celebration was cricket and only cricket. Lata Mangeshkar did not become the greatest singer because she celebrated every weekend, she celebrated every festival, she celebrated every summer vacation. She became what she became because she utilized her entire time. The biggest golf balls of her life was singing and singing herself. She used to sing eating, she used to sing sleeping, she used to sing dreaming, she used to sing bathing. So there was nothing she did other than singing. So today she becomes what she became. A scientist, Thomas Alva Edison. There was no day, there was no night, there was no morning, there was no afternoon, there was no evening. It was always a time for him to research. He kept on researching, kept on researching. Thomas Alva Edison, Albert Einstein, they have more than 1,500 inventions under their cap because they did not think everything else is not important. Their only important was inventions, 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 and they became what they became. Now ask yourself this question, where is your maximum time getting invested? That on which you invest maximum time, that vertical will grow. If that vertical grows and it can yield you some results, some kind of a benefit, some kind of a revenue, some kind of a financial assistance, then continue to do it. But anything that cannot generate revenue by going through Facebook again and again, by going through Reels again and again, by going through YouTubes again and again, by going through movies again and again, by gossiping about a third person again and again, by talking something nonsense and wasting our time again and again, by roaming around, loafing around again and again. If it is going to help you in future to earn a good job, then do it. Then when you know it is not going to earn you a good job, I think you will have to make a smart move. दुश्मन कहाँ है? बगल में नहीं है, अंदर है. You are a दुश्मन for yourself if you are not successful. If you are not success, you are not success, you are not success. दुश्मन बगल में नहीं है. You are a दुश्मन of yourself. Ask yourself whether I want to be a दुश्मन or I want to be a friend. Can you be a friend of yourself so that yourself will become successful? Gandhiji was not successful because of her wife. Modi was not successful because of their parents. They were successful because of themselves, because they were a good friends. They did not make them take wrong choices. This is what you should also plan. So all the important things that you do, what is sand? Sand is also important, but sand are small things in life. Okay, and next comes chocolate milkshake. That is also important, but if you don't do also, it's okay. That you can put it between the important jobs. If you spend all your time and energy by doing small stuff, you cannot become great. Right now also, What is the basic understanding? Take care of the golf balls first, so that it becomes good for you. Now, we saw that golf balls. What did we see? Golf ball, pebbles, sand, and chocolate milkshake. Now, golf balls are from the quadrant 1. What is this? Golf ball. What is this? The pebbles. What is this? Sand. What is this? Chocolate milkshake. Your entire jobs that you do from morning till evening, you can put it in 4 baskets. On the basket you can paste, you can use a small cup where you are putting all your day-to-day work. You can label all your work in using 2 concepts. Urgent, not urgent, important, not important. You will have to just mention. Everyday sleeping, is it important? Yes. If you don't sleep next day, you cannot be alert. Is it important? Yes. Is it urgent? Yes. It is important and urgent. So I will label that work as important and urgent. In which cup I will put? I will put in first cup. What is the first cup? First cup says it is important and it is urgent. What is second cup? Important, not urgent. What is the third cup? Not important but urgent. What is the fourth cup? Not important, not urgent. So every work that you do, ನೀವು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅದನ್ನ ಈ ತರ ಲೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಸಂಜೆವರೆಗೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಲೀಪ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಆ 24 hours ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎವ್ರಿ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿನ ನೀವು ಈ 4 ಬಾಕ್ಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ದೆನ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಯಾವ ಕೆಲಸನ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಡೆಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಯಾವ ಕೆಲಸ ನೀವೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಈ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ನ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಇದು ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ 4 quadrant understanding of time management anta MBA li guys your mother and father at home they would be assuming that you are seriously attending a college ಅವ್ರು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ದುಡಿತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾರ್ಗ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಈಗ ಮನೆ ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮ್ ತಂದೆ ಕೆಲ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಕೆಲವರು ನಿಮ್ದು ಊಟನೂ ಸಹ ಆಗಿರ್ಬಹುದು ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ಯೋರ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ wouldn't have even had their lunch and they will be continuing to work because they know that their son is studying in Venkateshwara PU college. They wouldn't know that my son would be sitting in a class which is being taken by a professor who comes with an honorable doctorate and he starts explaining various concepts of life which comes once in a year and he is going to seriously listen. What if somebody goes home and says, I saw your son, he was attending my class. But I don't think so he is interested in the class. Are you not wasting your money ಅಂದಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಬೇಜಾರಾಗಿರಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೂ ಅವ್ರು ಒಪ್ಪಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೋ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರನ್ನ ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು ಮೈ ಸನ್ ಆರ್ ಡಾಟರ್ ದೇ ವುಡ್ ಬಿ obediently sitting in the class because they know I am working very hard for the sake of my son. I am working very hard for the sake of my daughter. They wouldn't have had breakfast, they wouldn't have had even lunch, they wouldn't have even had a liberty of drinking water, but still they would be working tirelessly under the sun and most of your parents would not be comfortable working because they definitely wouldn't be sitting in an AC room in front of a computer and working. They would be working with a hardship there. Your mother with working and preparing the lunch, keeping the home clean, she would be working for the last 2-3 hours because she knows 4 will come and my son or daughter will come. When they come to this place, let this place look like a temple. She liberates that place, she puts lot of positive energy and makes it a temple thinking that my son would have attended a long day of college, taking every class seriously, making notes of every important things and he is going to come in. If you are going to betray their trust, it is like you are slapping them. It is the biggest crime. Killing somebody would not be a crime, but actually dishonestly doing something to the parents without their notice and disrespecting their loyalty, that is the biggest crime that you can do. Anyway, we will wind up a quick. So whatever the activities you have, you can either put it in this or this or this. What is the basic understanding? If it is in quadrant 1, bucket 1, you should do it. So in this place what you will put, sleeping is important, because one night if you don't sleep, next day you can't focus. Your mind will be out of focus. Sleeping is equally very important, but sleeping a very long hours is very wrong. You should always sleep the right kind of sleep. Learn to sleep well, learn to sleep fast, learn to finish off your quick nap as quick as possible. Getting up in between also is not as a quick sound nap. So there is an art. If you go through YouTube channels, they will tell you how do I get a very sweet and sound sleep, and it should look like I am relaxed. Sometimes you sleep for 8 hours also, you feel your body is still not comfortable. Sometimes you sleep for 4 hours and you feel like your body is energized. That nap which can energize your body is the nap that you require, not a nap which can lazy your body. Your body should not be lazy, it should be energetic. So there are two kinds of naps which we take. Sometimes if you have free time, I have one slide, I will show it on you. So what are important and urgent? Very important and urgent, your studies, which are deadline based. What is deadline based? Your examination. If you don't see Facebook today, there is no deadline. You can see it, or if you don't see it, put it into this place also, it's okay. TV, social media, gossiping, friends invite, marriage parties, birthday parties, festivals. No, all these are not required. You can always drop it. What is important you put here? Studies, study, that is smart studies. In that reading, writing, according to the examination, what I told you, first 20 minutes, middle 20 minutes, last 20 minutes, following that. This is important and urgent. You should only do it. You cannot delegate it to anybody else. Next, it is important, not urgent. You can do it later on. I need to take an haircut, I need to go for some kind of a pedicure, I need to go for some, fine, you can do it after the exam also. You can do it after the exam also. So, those things you can do it when it is not urgent. Push it outside the deadline of very urgent. What is the deadline of urgent? My exam. After exam, I am ready. Your granny has been calling you from so many years. For every festival you have told no, but promise your granny that the day exam gets over, I will come to your native and I will stay there till 15 days, because I have something very urgent to do, something very crisis management to do. After that, your relationship is also important, but I will come after the exam. There was a marriage, you did not go. After the exam, visit the same uncle and aunt. You tell them, uncle and aunt, I could not come to your marriage. Mama, mommy, wish you a very happy marriage life. They will still be happy. So such things you can plan to do it later. And some of the things which you need not do, but it is urgent, you can ask your parents to do. For some reason you have to come to the college, pay the fees and then go, but it is study holidays. You will be wasting the whole day. So what you could do, you can request your father, Dad, if you only go and pay the fees, I can concentrate, I can study. It's okay, you can delegate that. Dad wants you to pay electricity bill. Dad, after the exam, all the bills I am only going to pay. But now, till the exam, can you please, your dad will manage. So like that, some of the important things which you can delegate it to somebody else, please delegate it. If your mom during exam, if she asks you to help, also request her with the right tone. She will not mind. Mama, I have to study a lot. Please don't ask me now to work. Definitely after the exam, most of the work I will only be doing. Take that commitment and then delegate the work to your mother only that, because you will have to spend more time. What I need to say, this triangle can I expand? This is your complete time. In this time, maximum time you should give it to this. Little and little. Second preference, third preference, all these you can drop. Use this time also here. I will drop this, use this time also here, and drop this, use this time also here. When you start working like that, definitely your exams are going to be easy and comfortable for you. Other than that, if you have any doubts, I will explain you. Otherwise, so this is what we say the 4 jars. The first one is rocks, that means golf balls. The second one is the pebbles. The third one is sand, and the fourth one is water. So how will you work on your time and productivity? This is what we say. Whatever is the rocks, that should be important jobs. Whatever is your pebbles, not so important, but it is urgent. And sand and water, please don't do that only. Delegate it to somebody else. Drop watery contents. Keep watching TV, watching social media, etc., etc. Only focus on your studies. That would be very, very important. So this is how we interconnect. Rocks, that has to be do it. Pebbles, plan to do it. And then sand, delegate it. Time and time wasters, TV, social media, you can drop it. This way, when you utilize, it will be actually painful and pleasurable. Okay, guys, a big round of applause. You have any doubts? I'll clarify your doubts. Otherwise, the class is winded up. Any questions? Did you understand what I told? Yes, sir. Was it interesting? Yes, sir. Was it informative? Yes, sir. All the best. God bless you. There is an Abdul sitting in you. There is a Draupadi Murmu sitting in you. There is the Chaiwala sitting in you. There is that Indian women's cricket team sitting in you. Please work towards achieving your goals. Nobody else is responsible for your achievement in goal. You alone are responsible. You alone are responsible. Thank you. ನೀವು ಒಬ್ರು ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದೊಂದು ಚೇರ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಎಂಟಿ ಇರೋದು ಒಂಥರ guys, laugh, smile.